before the sphere implodes into the void. Let me witness the final cold decay, to tell you how the silence was destroyed in the wreckage of our gray and hollow yesterday. The foundations are beginning to crack beneath the pressure of the atmospheric black. Before the world sinks into its own gravity, let me stare into your vacant glass eyes, unafraid of the approaching depravity, where the hurricane of the past starts to rise before the final catastrophe tears through the dark and extinguishes the very last remaining spark. Witness the fallout of the dying sun. Everything we built is coming undone. No fear in the face of the closing eye, watching the terminal horizon die. The clock is ticking toward the hollow core. The world is a ruin, and I am the war. I will be the final coldness against your skin, a tactile ghost in the bed of gray dust, the ticking mechanism beneath the internal sin, corroding with the gravity and the rust. I am the time bomb that you failed to disarm, a silent predator, a mechanical alarm. Look at the specter, look at the stone. The world has been dead for 1,000 years. We are just echoes of marrow and bone, feeding the void with our industrial fears. It ended long ago, the ruins are cold, the story of extinction that was already told. Before the world sinks into its own gravity, let me stare into your vacant glass eyes, unafraid of the approaching depravity, where the hurricane of the past starts to rise before the final catastrophe tears through the dark and extinguishes the very last remaining spark. The fallout of the dying sun. Everything we built is coming undone. No fear in the face of the closing eye, watching the terminal horizon die. The clock is ticking toward the hollow core. The world is a ruin, and I am the war. The world is over. The bomb is arrived. abandon the contact. I move with mechanical speed. Your tailored shroud and synthetic scent are voids I do not need. The elegance you project is a flicker in the gray. I am indifferent to the games that the hollow people play. My anatomy rejects your artifice, grounded in the raw, speaking the primal language of the grid and the iron claw. The jagged detail cuts deeper than the gilded lie. I drift away from the currents where the common spirits die, carving a trajectory through the shadows and the dust, in a singular direction, driven by a visceral trust. This is the protocol, the cold reality I crave. An owly, an anomaly, a ghost you cannot save. I am the dissonance, the fracture in your design. And I embrace the darkness that is singularly mine. Yes, I prefer the edge where the light begins to fail. This is the protocol, let the silence now prevail. Lower your frequency, I hear the static in your breath. I sense the unspoken rot, the quiet architecture of death. Step out of my perimeter, clear the line of sight. I find my sanctuary in the absence of the light. I am aware of the distance, the deviation in my soul. I prefer the isolation, I am the master of the whole. No luxury can mask the decay of the core. I am the outsider, the stranger at the door, pressing against the boundary, feeling for the crack, walking into the gray, and I'm never looking back. The path is justified for the silence it provides. The jagged detail cuts deeper than the gilded lie. I drift away from the currents where the common spirits die, carving a trajectory through the shadows and the dust, in a singular direction, driven by a visceral trust. This is the protocol, the cold reality I crave. An outlier, an anomaly, a ghost you cannot save. I am the dissonance, the fracture in your design. And I embrace the darkness that is singularly mine. Yes, I prefer the edge where the light begins to fail. This is the protocol, let the silence now prevail. Step aside. In the vernacular of the void, in the language of the bone, I like it cold, I like it alone. End of transmission. The frozen wasteland I have navigated, invisible to the pulse of the living world. Alien and hollow, my shadow is sated under a sky where the black flags are unfurled. I tried to speak through the static of time, but saw you drifting in a separate sphere, treading the path of a secular crime, far from the orbit of everything here. Within the silence, an iron cathedral rises, a monolith carved from the cold of the soul, where the spirit discards its human disguises, and the vacuum of space begins to take its toll. Solitude is the gravity no one can flee, a sanctuary built on a foundation of stone. The secular heart is a dark, draining sea, wandering the ruins entirely alone. In this cathedral of absolute zero, the silence is sacred, the mercury is deep. There is no return, no light and no hero, only the secrets the monuments keep. In the barren expanse where our paths intersected, you saw me passing a ghost in the gray. Time is a predator, vast and neglected, hunting the remnants of the vanishing day. I looked at the mirror and saw the distortion, approaching a threshold you'll never cross, measured in echoes and cosmic proportion, finding the value in absolute loss. If I claimed it was devotion, the lie would be hollow. If I said wait for tomorrow, the words would be dust. There is no path for the living to follow in a kingdom of shadow, decay, and of rust. The cathedral remains as the ages expire, frozen in stone beyond all desire. Within the silence, an iron cathedral rises, a monolith carved from the cold of the soul, where the spirit discards its human disguises, and the vacuum of space begins to take its toll. Solitude is the gravity no one can flee, a sanctuary built on a foundation of stone. which the monuments keep. Secular heart, immortal silence. The desert is growing, the temple is cold. No way back, no way out. Into the stone, I'm deep.